Okay, let's talk about connectors today. Connectors are how you connect Claude to other applications, other context, other tools. As I mentioned before, in AI gets much more powerful if you give it more context, more data, more information, and more tools, more ability to do things in other places. And so today we'll look at that inside of Claude and how it does connect to those other applications and tools and context. And so let's jump into the desktop application. Some of the stuff you can do from the browser, as I mentioned in that video, the chat is very similar to the browser. That's the same thing. There's some differences, but it's very similar. So you could do that there also, but you should download the desktop application. It is really powerful. So here we go. So you see at the top left, I'm in chat right now. You can pop to co-work. The connectors are all over the place once you do connect them. So if you're in chat, you can go to customize. You can see the connectors there, and you can use them and do a bunch of things with them. Behind the plus sign here, you'll see connectors. You can turn them on and off. You can then go to manage connectors there also, add connectors and so on. Co-work, same thing. The connectors are usable there too. So customize again, and then you'll see other tools here. Here's connectors again, same as before. And again, behind the plus sign, there are connectors also to turn on and off and do things with. And finally, bottom left, under the settings, are your connectors also. So you can find them in any way you want. Although the interface is fairly similar, though this one's a little bit different. You can see you can configure and browse more connectors here. So let's jump in and use them a bit. So you can see I have a lot of mine already turned on. Some come from Anthropic directly. Anthropic is the maker of Claude. Others are partnerships with different software, whether Gmail, Google for Gmail, Calendar, Drive, lots and lots of other ones. So you can start by browsing your connectors and deciding what you want to connect to. So you can see I'm in my directory, connectors. These are from Anthropic and its partners. You can search up here for one. You can filter and sort, or you can just scroll. So as you can see here, there's a settings gear here. That means it's already installed. So if I click on that, it'll take me to the settings if I do need to edit that in any way. Otherwise, if I click the plus sign, that will add new connectors. So you should do that. You should take your time to scroll through here, find the connectors that make sense for you. Could be HubSpot, Spotify, Notion, all sorts of other options there. Once they're installed, then you can start editing them in the way you want to edit them. So the gear is one place you can see some of these things, but to do a lot of editing, you have to go to the other settings portions. Here you can see what it can do. So you can see a summary of it. You can see developed by Google in this case. You can see what it can do, the tools and prompts that it can take advantage of. And so this is not as important as going to where we'll go in a second. So number one is that is here, right? To come here and add a bunch of these. So let's go back to, let's do this in chat. We'll go to customize. We'll go to connectors. So here's where if you can see your connectors, so you can, same as before, browse them. You can add custom ones also, but we just went to the other screen to browse them. Now let's say we added them and we're here. In this screen, you can see here's my different ones that I've set up. And this is where you can set up the permissions that it has. So on this right side, number one, you can disconnect them if you need to. You can view some details, refresh the tools list in case they added something new. But then when you're ready, and Gmail is a good example of things you can do with connectors, you can see the permissions you're giving it right here. So it has read-only tools, it has write and delete tools. As of today, it will not send an email. It will only create a draft and put it in your drafts box. But you can see you can, for each one of these, have it be always allow, needs approval, or block it. You can change them all at once with this. And you can do that for any one-off tool or for all of them. So you can see the write and delete tools are needs approval, while read-only are always allow. That's just what I have, but you can set it up however you want. But look at the list of connectors here, right? Gmail, Calendar, Drive, really powerful ones because once they have access to your email, Calendar, Drive to read, and in some cases to write, they can do a lot of different things, and we'll show you a couple things they can do in a minute. But just think about what it can do. It can review your email and your calendar and give you updates on what's happening there. It can give you a daily brief on your day today and what all your unread or starred emails. It can find you documents in the drive or create you documents in the drive. You can say, I'm looking for a document that does this, and it can take a while to search. Instead of you searching the drive or your email or calendar, it can do that for you. And then these are, again, another really good set. So you can see these are the web ones and these are the desktop ones. These also become really powerful. When Claude can use your browser, use your computer, use your file system, use Excel and Word and PDFs, it can do a lot of things that you can do. The same way you use your computer, the same way you grab files, you download files, you use your browser, you use Word or Excel, it can now use that in many similar ways. So start thinking about how you can be using this stuff in those contexts. So let's just go and let's do a couple of things in here, just a quick demo. So let's start with chat and let's do a simple one of, let's say, tell me about my unread emails. Very simple prompt. Let's see what it does. So you can be more explicit. You can say, use the Gmail connector to tell me about my unread emails, but usually it'll know based on some prompt like this. It's fairly smart about it. So you can see it read my email and it found 2 unread emails. And I'll show you this right here. If it's doing a good job, right? There are 2 unread emails for me. I can read it. Someone invited me to a party, and so it knew. It showed me it. It showed me who sent it and the details about it. So obviously this is a fairly simple demo, but you can think about as that gets more use cases, you can have it read your entire inbox. You can have it create drafts for you. You can have it just summarize things for you. You can have it give it, as I mentioned before, your daily briefing on what's in my inbox today. So a nice connection to there. Same thing with the calendar. You can say, what does my day look like today in the calendar? So in most cases, it should know from this. As I said, you can say, use my Google Calendar to do this thing, but that's usually not necessary. You can see it's loading tools. It's listing the calendar events, and here you go. It's got a dance party, some exercise, I have to meet someone. And if I went to my calendar, you would see the same things right here. There's the 3 events. So pretty good, right? You can see the connector, right? It's a connector to there. And if you go into Cowork, you can actually schedule tasks around this. So you could say, and we'll get into more detail on scheduled tasks in a video soon, but you can see that you can set that up to every day, do that every morning at 5 a.m., at 6 a.m. It can go and check your email, check your calendar, check your drive and other things too, but it can give you a brief on your day by using those connectors. It can use the browser too if there's some things that there is no connector for, have it use your browser. But this should give you some idea of how powerful it does get by having these connections available to you. So spend the time in there, dig into the connectors. I showed you all the ways to get there under customizing connectors. You can look through it that way. And that's probably an easiest way to do. And when you do connect things and use things, it goes to both, as I mentioned before, chat and Cowork. You can use it in both places. On the browser, chat will be there. The connectors will be there also. So it's a really good way to add context, to add tools to the software so that you can do more things with AI.